Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley and my channel is where I talk about everything Korea. If you are interested in something like Korean culture or Korean language, or maybe just, hot topics in Korea right now, then click subscribe to my channel because I will try to update you as much as I can every single day. So today, as you could already tell from the title, I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions regarding Kookmin University and School of Communication, especially media major, because I myself was a media major. I know nothing else other than media major. So I'm here to answer all of your questions about my major, my university, and what's going on in there, what you should know before going to Kookmin University. Now, with that long ass intro out of the way, let's just get into the video. So the first question is, are there many minors in media major? If there are, then do I have to specifically pick one and stay with it till I graduate? My answer is there are 4 main minors in media major: journalism, photography, broadcast, and social media. And you don't necessarily have to pick a minor and then regret your choice for the rest of your university years. You can just, pick and choose the lectures that you want to take. There are different kind of lectures, and they are divided into 4 main minors, as I mentioned before. And there are also other lectures on statistic or data analysis. You can also pick those lectures as well. It depends on what area you want to work on, what area you are interested in. So I cannot definitively say and tell you exactly what are the classes or what are lectures that you should take. You don't want to waste your time in a lecture that you don't really have any interest in. And that's my tips on picking the right lecture for yourself. The second question is, does media major require you to work in groups a lot? And is there any difficulty you had with group projects? Actually, I'm not sure about other majors or other, departments of Kookmin University, but personally, I think that media major does require you to work in groups a lot. There are also a lot of presentations as well, so be prepared for that. As for the difficulties, there are a few things that I can think of. First of all, you don't really get to work with a lot of Korean students unless the professor actually put you into a specific group with other Korean students. The reason is because Korean students, they value their score very, very much, and team performance is a deciding factor for the final score, which is the most important score out of everything. So Korean students, when they pick their team, they don't want to pick someone who is not even fluent in the language, let alone being able to do extensive research or initiate discussion. Personally, as someone who had been a team leader before, I wanted to pick someone who is efficient in both communication and academic performance. But when it comes to Korean students, they have their standards a little bit higher. They want someone on their level. So I personally think that Korean students don't really look at us, a foreign student, as high as their own level. The second difficulty that I found when I was working in group project in Kookmin University is that there were a lot of free riders and they would not lift a single finger to help you with anything. I was assigned as a team leader before, and unfortunately I could not pick my team. It was a very bad experience for me because the Chinese student he just did not do anything at all. He only knew how to say 안녕하세요 and his name in Korean, and that's it, even though he was in a junior year. If you have to deal with a free rider or a few free riders, talk to your professor. My tip about this is that you need to be responsible and also respectful to your own group and to your own effort that you put into your group. So yeah. The third question is pros and cons of Kookmin University's media major. Get ready because I'm going to spill some tea. Let's start with the pros first because I don't want to get right into the bad things, As someone who experienced universities in both Vietnam and Korea, I would always pick Kookmin University over Hanoi University. And I had a few reasons why I did not enjoy my time at Hanoi University, but I'm gonna save that for a different videos, not this. First of all, in Kookmin University, I felt like I had more choices when it comes to the lectures, the classes that I can take, which was a very good thing for my own academic performance because I got to choose what I really wanted to learn, what I was really into. Another good thing is that a lot of professors know how to lecture, which is a very good thing because the lectures were not boring at all. Especially, I really liked Lee Chang-hyun's professor's classes, lectures. I tried to sign up for all of his classes and I did not regret my choices at all. His lectures were not just about theory only, he also took us out on a field trip, kind of like to show us how this art in the flesh let us experience what it is like to be in a broadcast station, and I really appreciated that about him. Now let's talk about the cons. I realized about all the cons just right after I graduate because when I was looking for a job, it just kind of showed me how much limited my ability is. Most of media majors lectures are just so heavy on theory and theory only because theory is just theory. We need practical classes and they just do not give us enough. And then the irony thing is, even though the lectures are full of theory, I just do not find it enough for us to find a job. What I want to say is I just cannot guarantee a job here in Korea with only what the university taught you. Especially like for as a foreign student, what we studied and what we got to study is a lot different from what Korean student got to study. As someone who pay the same amount of money to go to this university as other Korean student, I just want to be treated like a Korean student, even though I know that I'm a foreign student. And I know that if I was to take the same exam that other Korean students take, I would probably gonna fail, but I don't really care because I want to learn things like that. If the university can just give us the chance to prove ourselves and just kind of like give us this, motivation to be serious with our studying, I think that we can all do well. Okay, I spilled enough tea, so let's move on to the next question. The fourth question is, what kind of skill set do you need in order to do well in media major? In my opinion, there are a few skill sets that you need to possess in order to do well in media major, which are good writing and reading skill, a decent presentation skill, also as the capability to keep up with the latest trends. First of all, you are in School of Communication, so the capability to express yourself, express your points of view, to persuade other, to tell other about a certain concept is very, very important. And you need to be able to do that well in both speaking and writing. And especially with media major, you need to write a lot. And you also have to do a lot of presentation. So decent presentation skill is a must. A decent to good writing or reading skill is a must. And also as a media major, especially for someone like me who is interested in social media, we need to be up to date to the trend to be able to get on that, trend. Because right now, every hour, every single second, there are like countless amounts of content being pushed out, and knowing what's hot and what's not will keep you on top of the game. And we got to the final question of today. Are there many foreign students in media major? Yes, there are a lot of foreign students in media major. Most of them are Chinese students. If you are a Chinese student, then well, congratulations, you're gonna meet a lot of friends here. Chinese students take up about like 60 or 70% of the total of foreign students in media major. The reason after this whole, influx in foreign students is because Kookmin University kind of affiliate with a lot of study abroad center, a lot of overseas universities, so they are sending in a lot of foreign students to Kookmin University. But there are also some problem that comes with this kind of influx in foreign student. Throughout my 2.5 years in Kookmin University, I saw a lot of discrimination between Chinese students and other foreign students. Some professors let them take exam or test in Chinese because they cannot speak Korean at all. some professors just kind of give them this Chinese version of the textbook so they can understand better. But other students, we don't have the kind of privilege. We have to take tests in Korean, and I think that is very unfair to like everyone. Since I'm not the system and I cannot change the system, I accepted that reality, and what I did was just do my best and kind of like hope that the professor will like me over other Chinese student who could not speak Korean. I guess that is for today's video. I know that 5 questions are not much, but don't worry too much because this series, this kind of Q&A video will come back if I have enough question and if I have time to do enough research to make another video. So if you have any other questions regarding Korea, Korean culture, Kookmin University, anything like that, just send me a question down below in the comment, or just send me any question through all of my social media that I listed down below in the description box, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!